Alright everyone, I'm going on a marathon of uploading here, because remember I have like 27 plus Royal Rumbles to get through, so I'm going to try to upload about 3 of these per time I do them. So here's my review of the 1989 Royal Rumble. It's the second total Royal Rumble, although it's the first to be broadcast on pay-per-view. This was from the Summit in Houston, Texas, which later became the Compaq Center. Your broadcast team for this event was Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse the Body Ventura. The first 3 Royal Rumbles have a different broadcast team for each of them. The first one, of course, is Vince McMahon and Jesse Ventura. This one's Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse Ventura. The next one is Tony Schiavone and Jesse Ventura. So, yeah. So, yeah. So our first match is a 2 out of 3 falls 6-man tag, in which the Hacksaw Jim Duggan and the Hart Foundation are taking on Dino, Bravo, and the fabulous Rougeau brothers. The faces win the first fall, heels win the second fall, and then the faces win the third fall. That's all there. The match was very good for a 6-man tag. See, the 80s is very different. The 80s and early 90s, and in some cases even during the Attitude Era, is much different in terms of tag wrestling than today. Tag wrestling was very good at that time in wrestling, whereas today tag matches really no one cares about, including the WWE. So, yeah. So it's a shame about that, but so if I had to give this a star rating, I'd say 3.5, slightly above average, but not anywhere near 4-star yet. So, yeah. Our second match, if you want to call it a match, is the Super Posedown with the Ultimate Warrior and Rick Rude. This really wasn't a match. I don't know how to rate it as a match, because it's not. It's a bodybuilding spectacle. Rude gets disqualified by choking Warrior with like some kind of flexing bar thing, and this ultimately would set up the match between Rick Rude and Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 5, which is Warrior's only loss at WrestleMania. So it was the only loss at WrestleMania. For what it did what it needed to do. It set that match up good, but again, I can't rate this as a match because it's not a match. As a segment, though, I give it a 4 as a segment because of what it did as a segment. I give it 4 stars as a segment. The third match is the Women's Championship match. Yes, the Women's Championship did date back for quite a while, but it's Rockin' Robin against Judy Martin. Sensational Sherry is on commentary because Rockin' Robin had defeated Sensational Sherry to win the women's title. This is a good match, but again, like I said, better than most women's matches, but this would be the last women's title match for quite a while, until I believe 1994, I believe. So, I could be wrong on that date, but I believe it was the last Women's Championship match till 1994. So, but Rockin' Robin won. Sherry kept calling her out and said she was going to challenge the winner again. That didn't go anywhere because Sherry was put into something for Randy Savage later in the year, in '89, and didn't really wrestle much, with the exception of WrestleMania 6. So, yeah, this was again, a 3-star match with average, but again, it's an average women's match is better. An average women's match in the 1980s is better than a Divas match today. So, our next match, our fourth match, third actual match, fourth if you count the Posedown as a match, is a match that actually is not on the actual VHS that they did. It's on the Anthology DVD, but it's not on the VHS that was released. It's King Haku versus Harley Race. This is a rarity in WWE, as it's a heel match that Bobby Heenan managed both guys, and he's actually the most entertaining part of this, going back and forth between managing Haku when he's doing good and managing Harley and he's doing good and all this stuff. Haku wins over a thrust kick, and that's pretty much all that is. Because of Heenan, this match is 3 3/4. Well, yeah. Heenan bumps it up to that because he was very, very good doing what he was doing. So then we get to the main event, as it should be, the 1989 Royal Rumble match. Which got expanded to 30 men. It's down from, increased from 20 the year before. With only 3 people that were in the 1988 Royal Rumble being in this Royal Rumble. That would be Tito Santana, Jake the Snake Roberts, and the Outlaw Ron Bass. Everyone else made their first appearance in the Royal Rumble in 1989. So it starts off with Axe being number 1, Smash being number 2. This was the first, because it's the first time the tag team champions actually started off the Royal Rumble and actually wrestled against each other for the 2-minute time period until Andre showed up at number 3. Ronnie Garvin's number 4, Kurt Hennig's number 5, Andre then eliminates Smash, and then Andre eliminates Ron Garvin when Greg Valentine enters at number 6. Jake Roberts is number 7, and he's eliminated by number 8 when Andre dumps him. Jake would come back after the 10th guy, which was Bushwhacker Butch, showed up, and he basically brought out Damien, which caused Andre to eliminate himself. Now, a very interesting thing about eliminating themselves, this has been a rule that's been fluctuated in a lot of years in the Royal Rumble. In fact, in 1992, Randy Savage eliminates himself, and it's not even mentioned that he's eliminated. They come up with some really weird BS reason for it, but I'll get to that when I get to the 1992 Royal Rumble. Then the ring fills up, like a normal Royal Rumble, with such people as, the Honky Tonk Man, Tito Santana, the Brain Busters in their only Royal Rumble appearance. And then Hulk Hogan enters at number 18. He eliminates Mr. Perfect, who went in at number 4. In fact, Hogan would have 10 eliminations in this. That includes the Big Boss Man. Hogan ends up having 10 eliminations. He ends up eliminating the Warlord, who originally had the record for the shortest amount of time, which they used to say went to Beluga the Bushwhackers. Well, I guess they went back and rearranged that at 2 seconds for the Warlord. That record stayed until the 2009 Royal Rumble, until Santino Marella broke the record at 1.9, but I'll get to that when I get to the 2009 Royal Rumble. Yeah. And then Hogan inadvertently, he eliminates both Randy Savage and Bad News Brown. And Savage is a little bit hot and starts calling Hogan out, which is very subtle teasing of what the main event WrestleMania 5 would be. Randy Savage, of course, versus Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 5. It was a very nice way to do that. Then the Big Boss Man comes out. He's number 22, and his partner Akeem is number 23. Which Miguel Monsoon speculated you couldn't get those two numbers together. Well, they didn't, because of course most people know that Ted DiBiase actually purchased the number 30 in this Royal Rumble. He had purchased it from Slick, so one of the Twin Towers, I'm guessing, in the way this storyline went, had the number 30 draw. But anyway, the Twin Towers eliminate Hogan cleanly. And then Brutus Beefcake shows up. And then Hogan pulls the ring rope down, which eliminates the Big Boss Man. Now keep this in mind, Hulk Hogan is a face, meaning a good guy, and you're not supposed to cheat. Yet here he is being a blatant sore loser And yet here he is being a blatant sore loser, and he's getting defended by Girl Monsoon because of what the big boss man had done to him on television. Well, that doesn't give you an excuse to be a sore loser and cost somebody else's shot of winning the Royal Rumble. Big John Studd went in there at number 27, which marked the first time out of 4 that number had won the Royal Rumble match, which is why it's the quote-unquote lucky number in the Royal Rumble. The final 4 in this Royal Rumble are Big John Studd, Hakeem, Rick Martel, and the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Hakeem eliminates Martel when Martel goes for a crossbody, and then, you know, and then Studd eliminates Hakeem after some misdirection from Hakeem and DiBiase, and then Studd just dumps out Ted DiBiase, and then gets a little bit of added stuff with Virgil. So, Big John Studd wins the Royal Rumble from number 27, the first of 4 people to have done that. And it was his first Royal Rumble, and it was his last official match, I believe, in WWE. His last appearance in WWE would be 1989 at WrestleMania 5, guest refereeing the match between Jake the Snake Roberts and Andre the Giant. As a Rumble, this was a good Rumble. It had its nuances that was setting up WrestleMania 5. This Rumble match alone set up the Hogan Savage match WrestleMania 5 and Jake Roberts versus Andre the Giant WrestleMania 5. So it set 2 WrestleMania matches up in 1 Royal Rumble. So it was really, really, really good. So it's one that's Hogan did not win, but he did end up with 10 eliminations. The longest-lasting superstar, Iron Man, as is now known, was Mr. Perfect, lasting, I believe, just shy of 30 minutes, just shy of a half hour. So just shy of a half hour before being eliminated by Hogan. So yeah, so all in all, as a event, I give it a 6. I give it a, you know, an 8 out of 10, because really, like I said, the matches I gave at least 3 stars to, and the Rumble match I'm giving a 4.5 star to, so I would average out to at least 8. I can't give a star rating to the Posedown because it's not a match. I don't know how to rate that as a match, but as a segment I gave it a 4 for what it set up for WrestleMania 5. So you'd think 4 matches that most people saw, unless you have the anthology, then it's 5. 4 matches on a Posedown. Each match, 3 of the matches average 3 stars, and then 1 segment at 4 and the Rumble match at 4. That would average to around an 8 out of 10. So yeah. The next one in this will be Royal Rumble 1990. So like this video if you watched it, like it, thumb up down there, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.